Hello, in this video I'm going to explain exponents and the different exponent rules in a video format with voiceover. So for rule number 1, the definition of exponent and the definition of base. An exponent is the variable or number that is visually represented on the upper right hand of a base. A base is the variable that is being multiplied by the exponent. The exponent is a guiding number which tells you how many times the base multiplies by itself. In this image, we have x over a. The x is the base and the a is the exponent. This means that x is being multiplied by itself a number of times. Let's use an example that has a number instead of a variable in the exponent spot. Let's do x over 8. To understand it, we can expand it to x times itself 8 times. So x times 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 x. Because it is a variable, it would be simplified to x over 8. Let's use another example, but with a number instead of a variable in the base position. This example is 2 over 8. Let's expand. 2 times 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 2, which equals 256. Product rule. The product rule is in place when you are multiplying two variables together and each of these variables have exponents. This rule only works when the variables are the same though. For this, you would add the exponents together. Here's the formula. X to the a power times x to the b power equals x to the a plus b power. Here's the example. X to the second power times x to the sixth power. This equals x to the 8th power. Here's the next rule, the quotient rule. The quotient rule is the opposite of the product rule. The rule is for dividing, and instead of adding the exponents, you would subtract them. Here's the formula. X to the a power divided by x to the b power equals x to the a minus b power. Example, x to the 20th power divided by x to the 15th power equals x to the 5th power. Power to power rule. The power to power rule is when you have a number raised to a power. In this case, you would multiply the exponents together. The formula. In parentheses, x to the a power, end parentheses, over the b power equals x b times a power equals x a b power. Here's an example. In parentheses, y to the 4th power, and around those parentheses is to the 10th power. You would multiply the 4 in the parentheses with the 10 outside of it, and get y to the 40th power. The in parentheses x times y times k, end parentheses, to the a power rule. This isn't a rule, but more or less what to do if there is a variable that doesn't have an exponent. And what would you do to the standalone number or variable? For this, you would have to do is add the new exponent. Then the answer would be k to the 8th power times x to the 8th power times y to the 8th power. Here's another example. In parentheses, 6fx, end parentheses, to the 8th power. For this, you would add the variable a to all of the numbers and get 6 to the a power times f to the a power times x to the a power. Zero exponent rule. For this rule, it is quite simple as well. If there is a 0 as an exponent, then the answer, no matter what, would be 1, and example would be 4 to the 0th power, and the answer is 1. And lastly, negative exponent rule. For this, you are going to eliminate the negative exponent by changing it to the denominator if it's the numerator, or if it's already the numerator, change it to the denominator. The formula: x to the negative a power, which you would change to be positive 1 divided by x to the a power. And then, if you had 1 divided by x to the negative a power, you would change to x to the a power divided by 1. For that one, you can just leave it to x to the a power, because over 1 you don't need there. For example, y to the negative 6th power would equal 1 over y to the 6th power, and if you have 1 divided by y to the negative 6th power, it would become y to the 6th power. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this math tutorial, and I hope you found this useful. Have a great day.